Hello, I'm Deanna Herron, host of the Deanna Herron podcast show. Have you ever wanted to do something bold, like start a business, write a book, or go for your dream job? This show was created for women just like you who want to be bold, shine bright with grace. My goal is to educate you, inspire you, and empower you with ideas that can transform your life. Be inspired by the Deanna Herron podcast show at deannaherron.net. Hi, welcome to the Deanna Herron podcast show. This is Deanna Herron, your host, and I'm so grateful to be here with you today from sunny Oklahoma. As always, my goal is to add value to you and give you tips and tricks that can help you in life and business. Today, I have an exciting topic. Through the month of November, we're going to focus on gratitude. So I'm going to start off and ask you a few questions, which I think the first one is a little silly. Do you ever wake up in a bad mood? I know I do. Does the busyness of the day ever wear you down? Or maybe you have been experiencing a lot of life and you just feel exhausted. This is your podcast. Today, I'm going to share with you a shift that can help transform your mindset. It has been an amazing shift for me in my life. And as simple as it sounds, this is a tip that will make you really make some major adjustments in your life if you follow the tips I'm going to give you. I want to start off with a story about myself. And some of you may not believe what I'm about to tell you, but I'm going to share it and be very vulnerable. When I was in college, for those of you who don't know, I was self-supporting at 18. I went to college, paid for my own college. There was a lot of things that happened around that time. First of all, I'd broken up with my boyfriend that I had for a long time. I was clueless on where I wanted to go in my life. I had zero support from my family, and I was living the party girl lifestyle. And I remember one time I drove all the way to college, which was about a 30-minute commute for me. And you guys, I was so exhausted and probably a little depressed. I parked in the parking lot in the college and I got in my back seat. I was energyless. I laid there for a while because I absolutely could not get up. So I want you to know that's when I was 20 years old. And at 22, I stopped drinking. And within a few months, a lot of clarity started to happen. And I began to really notice the choices that I had been making. And the choices that I had been making were focused more on the negatives that were happening in my life. As you can tell, what I just shared with you before, zero family support, et cetera, et cetera. But I was choosing to focus on the negative instead of the abundance. And I want you to know that what you think about, you bring about. So because I was focusing on the lack, I was only seeing the lack in my life. And it is so subtle, you guys, but it can creep in as easily as one negative thought. And before you know it, you are spiraling downward. And I want you to know this, and I want you to write this down, put it up everywhere in your house. Everything happens for you and not to you. I'm going to repeat it. Everything in this life happens for you and not to you. And I know that there are some times where you have circumstances where you're thinking, this is not happening for me. And it's so hard to see it in the midst of trauma, in the midst of a terrible circumstance, etc. But there will always be something positive that will come through that obstacle. So let's flip the switch. You have the choice. And one thing that my mom told me when I was younger, and I've always remembered this, and I have repeated this over and over in my life. She told me, she said, Deanna, tomorrow will always be better. I'm going to pass that on to you. Mama Deanna is passing that on to you. tomorrow will always be better. So I want to give you 3 tips for more abundant thinking. 3 tips. So number 1 is having an attitude of gratitude. Number 2 is who you hang with. And I know a lot of you are thinking, she did not just say that. Yes, I did. Who you hang with. And number 3 is, I want you to know that you are created for abundance. So let's go through all 3 of those, and I'm going to break them down for you. So having an attitude of gratitude, one of the things that I have noticed has transformed my life is every single morning I start with gratitude. I have a gratitude journal, and I just start writing all of the things that I'm grateful for every single day. So if you happen to wake up in a bad mood, this is going to transform that mood. And here's the benefits of practicing gratitude. It can lower your stress. It gives you a new perspective on what is important. You become more self-aware of your thoughts. And I'm going to tell you that awareness is the first step for making change. Awareness is the first step for making change. You may be thinking the same thoughts over and over, but you have no clue that you're thinking them until you actually write them down and start seeing more things that are positive in your life. Another thing that gratitude does for you is like attracts like. And so when you're focusing on an attitude of gratitude, you will be drawing good things and good people to your life. One last thing that I want to share that I have noticed personally is that it really makes me more generous. I'm more empathetic for other people because I'm out of that lack of mentality, which is more focused on me. Abundance mentality is focused more on the good in our life, but also helps us to focus on others. So number 2 is who you hang with. Who you hang with. And this is really important, you guys. It's so important. You are the sum of the 5 people you most hang with. The sum of the 5 people you most hang with. So if you're hanging around with people who have no drive, no motivation, who are negative, who don't allow you to be bold, to shine bright, when you are with them, you guys, you're hanging around with the wrong group. And you have to be very careful who you allow in your space. Be protective of your space. If you are wanting more out of life, if you are wanting to have the life that you truly deserve, if you want to have that job that you really desire, you have to be careful who you allow in your space. So start focusing and noticing those people that you surround yourself. Are they people that actually lift you up? And if they're not, you need to find new people. And I'm going to tell you one thing that I have learned in my life is the people who don't serve me in some way, and I'm not being selfish, they don't serve my energy, they don't serve my beliefs, they don't serve my goals, they don't let me shine. They don't allow me to be bold. I love them, but I limit them. It's not like I push them away. I love you, but I am limiting you. It's not something that I say out loud. It's something that I have to do in my life physically. So that is very important, you guys, because we have to love people. We're all on our own personal growth journey, and we're at different levels in our personal growth journey. If those people that you're hanging around with, if they have a tendency to be negative and don't have the same beliefs that you do, they're just on a different personal growth journey than you are. And can they catch up? They can. But you cannot surround yourself with them because they could bring you down. Okay, so love and limit. And lastly, I want to share with you that there's more for you. There's more for you out there. And you are worth it. You are worth it. My favorite book, the Bible, in Ephesians, I want you to read this, Ephesians 3:20. God says that there is immeasurably more for you, immeasurably more than you can even imagine. And who are we to think that we don't deserve everything this life has to offer? Everything this life has to offer. And I'm going to tell you this, I have yet to meet a person in my 54 years of life who doesn't deserve the best that life has to offer. God doesn't skip one person. He doesn't skip one person. So I've heard from a number of you, and thank you for messaging me, because one of the things that I absolutely love to do is just breathe life into you. But I heard from a lot of you, Deanna, how do you move forward if you don't feel like you're worthy? And I'm going to address that right now. I'm going to tell you that your God wants the very best for you, the very best. Why would he not want you to experience every single thing this world has to offer? Every single thing. Why would he want to give somebody else something and skip you? He loves you the same. He loves you the same. There's no favorite in this world. There is no favorite. He loves you. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made. He loves you and wants more for your life. And your role is to believe that and go for it, you guys. Absolutely go for it. You are worthy. You deserve more. This month, I'm going to do a gratitude challenge. So if you are not used to doing some gratitude, we're going to focus on that in the month of November. I'm going to give you a 30 days of gratitude challenge. And with this challenge, you have an opportunity to earn or receive 3 of my favorite things. Number 1 is a gratitude journal. Number 2 is, I know my friends are going to laugh at this, but Diva Wash is my absolute favorite. It is amazing in your laundry. I started off using it for my workout clothes, and now it is just something that I use in everything. It is amazing. I use it in my wash just a little bit, and I'm telling you, every person that comes to my house is like, what is that smell? It's amazing. So you need to have that. And when you complete this gratitude challenge and you do a few things, it's possible that you could win this. And then lastly, my last favorite thing is Athleta. If you have never worn Athleta, you're in for a treat. So $150 gift card to Athleta. So 3 things: gratitude journal, glamorous wash, Diva is the smell that I love, and then $150 gift card to Athleta. So here's what you have to do. You need to like, share, and post something that you are grateful for. So the more you post throughout the month of something you're grateful for, the more likely you are to win. And I want you to tag 3 friends daily that you're grateful for. 3 friends. I have a list of things just to, so that you can just remember some things. Perhaps it's just a memory jogger of who you can reach out to in gratitude, because there's so many people out there that need to hear that you're thankful for what they do in your life. That is going to be on my website, deannaherron.net, so you can download it on the website. And by the way, while you're on my website, join Deanna's Diamonds. It's a group of exceptional women, and I will go live every Wednesday after the podcast. I will share tips for your personal life, for your business life, and it's just a community of like-minded women. So you're going to meet a lot of incredible people. I would love to have you as a special part of that group. So you just join Deanna's Diamonds and we can add you to the Facebook group. So as always, you guys, thank you so much for giving me just a little piece of your life. And thank you for helping me live out my passion to really breathe life into women and help them become the best versions of them. You are so worthy. I love you to pieces. God bless. Be inspired by the Deanna Herron podcast show at deannaherron.net.